got a problem. You want to make great videos, but you don't have a camera, just a phone. So you don't even bother trying. But there's a saying that goes, the best camera in the world is the one that you have on you. So, cell phone it is. Besides shooting cars, I also film documentaries, I do product photography, anything you can think of. And while I have a lot of gear, cameras, action cameras, lights, microphones, drones, I'm here to tell you that you can achieve pretty much all of that just using your smartphone. In fact, I'm going to shoot the rest of this video on mine. Here are 10 things you can do right now to turn your amateur footage pro. This is for free, and if you do have a GoPro or a DSLR or mirrorless camera, you can apply these tips universally. I know, all you want to do is shoot some dope cinematics or make a groovy little clip for work, an event, a party, maybe you're filming your friend's car or his kickflip. No matter what you're producing, it's content, and content needs a story. Whether it's a video or a book, news article, an Instagram post, they all have a common thread, and that's good content. And that requires a story. I'm not saying write a script, but at least have an idea or a message you want to convey. Anyone can shoot a car driving fast. But what if you told a story instead? Step 1, the setup.
Look, I don't know. Is this gonna kill me or what?
Step 2, cue the cinematics, show the action. And step 3, deliver the conclusion. Number 2, use your best quality settings. If your camera can shoot 4K, shoot 4K by all means. If you find that your main camera is of a better quality than your selfie camera, again, shoot using your main camera, unless you absolutely have to. The higher the quality of video you put into your edit, the better the film that comes out. The only setting that you don't max out is your frame rate. That's where it asks you if you want to shoot in 60 frames per second or 30. 60 is going to look amateur, but 30 is going to look closer to what you see in a Hollywood movie. To be precise, cinematic video is typically recorded at 24 frames per second, and 30 frames per second, well, that's close enough for our purposes today. The other setting you'll benefit from is exposure lock. Most phones work the same way. Just hold your finger on the part of the screen that is lit the way you like it, make your adjustments, and lock in this brightness. Nothing looks more amateur than a video where the brightness is jumping all over the place. Number 3, get your lighting right. And like I said in the beginning, I'm not asking you to go out there and spend money on a lamp. Just follow these simple tricks. A, do not shoot in the dark. You're going to get grainy, crappy footage. Don't do it. But if you must, do it where you can control your lighting. Like if you shoot in an office, consider putting a bedroom lamp in front of you at a 45-degree angle. If you have more lamps, put one behind you too. Sneaky bonus tip. If you're going to do shots like this in front of your computer all the time, a simple hack is to simply open up a white page like in Notepad or Word and turn your screen brightness right up for a free full light. As a bonus, the Notepad will double as a great place to write your script or just some points you want to discuss in your video. B, also avoid shooting in harsh sunlight. You'll get raccoon eyes and have dark shadows and blown out highlights on everything. But if you have to shoot in the middle of the day, then find some even shade and you're good. C, shoot at the best time of day. That's typically golden hour or blue hour. This is what we call the period just after the sun rises and just before it sets. Depending on where you live, you could have anywhere between 30 minutes and 2 hours of perfect, beautiful light. An overcast day also makes for great light. Oh, and if you want a really cinematic look, be brave and shoot into the sun for some bonus flares. Number 4, move your camera. Just a little or just a little more, but never a lot, unless you actually want to make your viewer puke. If you're filming talking heads, aka interviews, you obviously don't want to be spinning wildly around your subject, so maybe try a slow rotation. A car driving by, do a fake dolly or pan, literally aim at a spot on the ground and raise your phone as your subject comes into view, then follow them just a little bit. Use this opportunity to add some foreground detail into your shots for an even more pro look. The alternative is a locked off shot, aka a camera on a tripod, and those have their place too. Just don't be scared to give your shots a bit of life. Oh, and when I say give motion, I definitely do not mean super shaky, wobbly footage. 5. Mix up your shots. There are, in fact, three kinds of cinematic shots and extreme variations thereof. That's close, medium, and wide. Use them all. Modern phones even come with different focal lengths in wide, medium, and close, and not just of your subject. Establish your scene with shots of the environment, details, anything really. A pro camera trick is called bokeh. That's when the background is blurry but your subject is sharp. The human eye loves that effect, and you can easily get it with your phone's tiny sensor by doing extreme close-ups on your subject's finer details like eyes and badges. You get the idea. Play with your composition by placing your subject near the sides of the frame rather than dead center. It's called the rule of thirds, and it really adds to your overall look. Number 6, create sequences. Once you've got your various shots, learn how to use them in sequence. Mix them up. Go from close to medium to wide. Create a cinematic sequence that will draw your viewer in for a movie-like experience. It's the difference between this and this.
Yeah. Yeah. You must be blinded by the lights. We came to shine here.
Number 7, no bad audio, ever. And again, I'm not going to send you out to spend money on a microphone, maybe the next one. But instead, here's a couple of do's and don'ts to follow. Do speak loudly and clearly, and generally get your mouth as close to the microphone as you can. Do not shoot in noisy environments unless the ambience is part of your story. Parties, racetracks, that sort of thing, those are fine. And by all means, do use voiceovers as much as you like. Record it in a well-dampened room with no echo or wind noise. I kid you not, I've often recorded audio in an open closet. You can save all kinds of bad edits with a compelling voiceover. Do not try to compete with the wind. You'll lose every time. Number 8, speaking of audio, music. I know it's tempting to bang that latest Eminem or Dua Lipa track, but it'll be blocked in certain countries and they'll take your money. There's plenty of legal, royalty-free sites you can try for audio, and failing that, YouTube has its own legal library of music you can use. Bonus tip, try to get into the habit of editing your shots to the beat of the music for a really professional look and feel. Number 9, use as much free stuff as you can for variety's sake. Your phone is packed with features like slow-mo, super slow-mo, hyperlapse, time-lapse, panoramic. Use them all. Beyond that, there are several free stock libraries out there with great drone footage, sunsets, sunrises, cityscapes and skylines. Add them all to your project for a more rounded aesthetic. And then lastly, number 10, use your best footage only. Be ruthless. I know what it's like to want that shot, get back home and watch back that shot and be like, that's not a great shot after all. And then I would still go ahead and put that into my edit, dragging down the overall quality of my film. I cannot stress this enough. Be ruthless with your edit. Only use the absolute best of the best footage, otherwise the boring shots will drag down the overall quality of your final video. Edit like you're attending a party. Rock up late, leave early. That is, cut into it just before the interesting part of the clip starts, and then get out just after. Don't hang around for the boring parts of your edit, because your viewer isn't going to either. And whatever you do, this is a bonus tip. Forget the wipe transitions and the fades and the dissolves and the pans and all the weird stuff. Keep it simple. Just go with a odd cut until you know what you're doing. And that's it. 10 things, actually more like 20, including all the bonuses, that will make your footage a lot more professional for free right now. And you can apply this to your DSLR, your mirrorless camera, your action cameras immediately. So what are you waiting for? Go out there and film your next epic. I'm not going to bother you with obvious tips like rotate your phone or keep your lens clean, because you obviously do that already, right? Oh no.